Hey, this is Derek with DreamSimplicity. We're here at All About Mobile in San Jose, and I'm here with your name is
Kevin Mullen.
Mullen of Keynote Systems, correct?
That's right, Keynote Mobile. I'm Keynote's business development manager specifically for the mobile enterprise world.
Cool, yeah. So we just interviewed Vic. I guess he's your VP of Product Management, correct?
That's right. He's the guy that designed and outlined most of the stuff that you're about to see here.
Awesome, yeah. So he was real big on benchmarking of the products, and I guess there's benchmarking in the traditional sense of websites and user experience and load times and all that stuff. How does that translate to the mobile space?
The short and sweet of it is that it all takes a little bit longer, but it's the same basic ideas. What we're trying to do is deliver accurate and repeatable metrics on performance and availability of mobile websites, SMS services, and mobile applications.
Okay, that's cool. What are some of the metrics that you guys measure, or what determines a good score, I guess?
Sure. So we can actually take a look at that right here on screen with the mobile internet test environment. Really what we're looking for is an understanding of what in this case we're talking about mobile websites, and what we're looking for is what are the elements that get downloaded by the device on page, how long does it take to download those elements, and are there any ways that we can make each of those elements a little bit faster. So what we've done, you can see on the upper right hand corner here, we've got an overall score. In this case, this is for Fox Sports Mobile on the BlackBerry Curve, I believe. Excuse me, BlackBerry Storm. And what we're really looking at is trying to understand exactly what each individual thing is. That is to say, how long did it take to download the text here? How long did it take to download the photo? And if you scroll down, you can see all the other elements along the page. And are there any ways that we can speed that process up so that the end user gets all the elements on the page faster and has a little bit cleaner, hopefully shorter user experience?
Cool. So I get that you guys are measuring these different things, and I guess it all comes down to what is the end user experience. But where do these numbers come from?
The sort of short and sweet answer is that there are a huge number of different factors. Things like whether CSS feeds are in the right place on the page so that they get downloaded at the end when the user can already interact with the page. Things same for JavaScript. Things like, are the images resized for the mobile phone specifically so that we can download just a small version of it instead of having to download a huge version and then resize it to the small screen of a mobile. All of those things go into the MITE score, but the overarching sort of framework that we use as a way to roll that score together is the W3C's best practices for mobile sites. So these are the guys that tell you what the best practices are, and we take those and incorporate those into the overall score that we give. So if you hit all of their best practices, if you do all of the things that they say, that's going to put you right up at 100 on your MITE score. And then we've developed an algorithm to kind of bring you back from that based on the importance of the different pieces of those best practices.
Got it. And so I actually heard that you actually have mobile devices, iPhones, these things sitting around the world in data centers. What's up with that?
That's actually a little different portion of our business. So what we've been talking about is really related to testing of mobile phones, making sure that websites before they go into production or mobile sites before they go into production are optimized for particular devices. Once those sites go live and you're in a production environment, you also wanted to monitor for the small changes that you make on the back end. So in the case of websites, we've got some virtual technologies that we use to run over carrier networks and do monitoring. But in the case of mobile applications, there's no real way to do that. So when we get to that challenge, we actually put real devices out into the world in data centers in places like San Francisco, New York, London, Sydney, Paris, etc. And we use those devices and control them from afar and load up an application and then run a logical use case. Just as you would as an end user, we go launch the ESPN Score Center app and say, show me what happened to my beloved California Golden Bears, or for that matter, your Golden State Warriors, or the list goes on and on. We can run that in an automated framework every hour, every half hour, even every 15 minutes, and give you an exact model of exactly what happened as an end user step through every step on the page, how long it took, what happened if there was an error, and what the screen looked like. And then we give you performance metrics that we actually roll up and say, okay, here on an iPhone or on a Droid device, here's exactly how long it took to get through the logical steps that I might to get to my Cal Bears score. And you can see how it changes for different devices, for different networks. But really what we're looking at here is understanding performance overall and seeing if there's any changes that are happening on multiple devices, multiple networks at the same time, because that's something that you can control. If you made a small change on the back end, you may want to, and it slows things down, you may want to revert to an older version so that you don't lose any performance.
Cool. That sounds really cool. And if we wanted to learn more, where do we go?
www.keynote.com. And for the testing, we actually have a microsite for our Keynote mobile testing environment. That's mite.keynote.com.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot, Kevin.
Thanks a lot.